Hello everyone, thank you for joining us today. This is Education USA, Eurasia and Central Asia. My name is Oksana and I am glad to see everyone today on our next webinar related to sports degree in the United States. So I would like to remind you that March is the month of sports degree that you can get in the United States. So if you are interested and would like to join our next events, please scan the QR code on the screen and join our events. Today, I'm glad to introduce a wonderful professional, Courtney, from Texas State University, and we will be able to explore different academic pathways that are available for you guys as international students in the Texas State University. Thank you, Courtney, for joining us today.
Hello, thank you so much. So wonderful to be here. Good evening and good morning to everyone who's joining. Perfect, thank you so much. So thank you guys so much for joining to learn more about sports degrees and related academic programs. And I am based here at Texas State University, located in San Marcos, Texas. So what I'm going to do is dive in a little bit about Texas State, but then go over some programs and opportunities within sports degrees and why that is a rising major of interest. So within Texas State itself, one of the biggest questions you're probably wondering is where is the institution even located? Well, the great thing is we have two different campuses. Our main campus is located in San Marcos, which is between Austin and San Antonio. So the really great thing is San Marcos is a smaller community of around 70,000 people. But if you go up to Austin or San Antonio, you're in larger cities within a 45-minute to 1 hour drive. So a really great sweet spot to be able to pursue your studies. We also have a branch campus known as Round Rock, which you can see is just a 30-minute drive right above Austin. And that's a smaller campus life. So when it comes to Round Rock, our campus there has around 5 academic buildings. And our San Marcos campus has over 180 buildings, just to put it in perspective. But we do understand that every student has a different type of learning style. And so maybe the smaller campus is the perfect fit for you, or maybe it's our larger main campus. Now, within our community of where our main campus is located, we get more than 300 days of sunshine a year. So if you're looking to come to a place that is warm, where you can be outside in nature, this could be the perfect place for you. This is a picture of downtown, which is about a 10-minute walk from where I am based here at the institution. So it is really nice for students to be able to walk, meet their friends for coffee or something to eat, and also go back to campus in case you have class or need to continue your studies. A little bit about the Round Rock campus. Like I was mentioning, there are 4 to 5 academic buildings, but the great thing is there's still a variety of programs for you to be able to pursue on that campus. To apply to that campus and get your immigration documents for your visa, everything is the same process as if you were able to apply to the main campus, which I will go over in just a little bit. The only difference is the amount of programs available on that campus. And on the Round Rock campus, there is no housing accommodation, but you are able to live off campus and be able to commute to the campus in Round Rock. And these are some of the majors. Like I said, I will get into the sports degrees here in a little bit, but at the Round Rock campus specifically, these are the programs that international students are able to pursue. So take a quick look to see if there are of any other interest to you, but if you did want to go to this campus, this is what the opportunities would look like. Now, Texas State is growing at a very rapid pace. This semester, we had over 40,000 students. Over 2,000 of those students were international students from 105 countries. So just know if you are wanting to come to a place that you can make a lot of connections, you're able to meet people from all over the world, then this could be a really great opportunity. We also are expanding our partnerships and locations in different parts of Texas. So for example, this campus known as Collin College, which is located in Allen, Texas, which is a little bit north from here. We have partnered with this institution where you can go there for 2 years. It is a 2-year college, so you would go there, do your first 2 years there. Whenever you graduate from there, you would then do your next 2 years with Texas State. And our classes are taught on that campus, so you don't have to worry about relocating. And so it is an easier way to be able to be in a different part of Texas, for example, if you're wanting to be more up north, but also still get a unique opportunity to study at 2 institutions and still receive a degree at Texas State. You can see one of our sports programs are offered at that campus, which is our Bachelor of Science in Exercise and Sports Science. So if you're an undergrad degree, this is an option, or excuse me, if you're an undergraduate student, this could be a degree that you might be of interest in, which I will go over more in depth what that program entails in just a minute. We are a public university founded over 100 years ago, and so we also have a statue here, which you can see, that honors our U.S. president that actually came to Texas State and graduated from here. And so whenever students are walking to campus, we have a superstition where you shake his hand for good luck. And so if you do decide to come to Texas State, I would encourage you to shake his hand and give you good luck for the rest of the time that you're here. We do have over 200 degrees that range from the undergrad, master's, and PhD. We also have an English language program. So if you're looking to come to the U.S., to develop your English skills before going to Texas State or going to another institution, I am more than happy to provide that information. And that way you are able to come to the campus, get that cultural immersion and English intenseness that you would get in our program, and then you could continue with Texas State or another institution. But these are just some brief pictures of the campus, just to show you how big our main campus is, but also how beautiful it is as well. We do have a lot of traditions, especially in the US. Every institution has different colors, different mascots, and different themes that they celebrate, that they love being at their institution. And so at Texas State, you can probably see from my slides so far that our colors are maroon and gold, which are also listed here. And our mascot is a bobcat. So if you ever see that on social media, or if you come to campus, you will definitely see these colors and this mascot everywhere, because we are very happy to be a Texas State Bobcat. Now, when it comes to studying in the US, especially when you're doing your studies or your academics, you will be able to have a lot of campus amenities. So we do have events every single week. So if you're looking to get involved, meet people, be able to, let's say, within your class, you're able to join organizations that are studying the same thing. Just know that you are going to have that opportunity because there are so many events happening. At the San Marcos campus, we do have 25 on-campus housing options, which I know sounds like a lot, but just in your home country, it is set up in an apartment style, so you can choose to have no roommates. Maybe you want 2 roommates, and maybe you want it to be a different spot on campus, closer to class or the gym. So the really great thing is you get to choose a residence hall that works best for you. You wouldn't have to decide this until after you're admitted to the institution, but it is really great to start thinking about of what kind of living accommodation is most comfortable for you. We also have a student health center on campus. I know a lot of parents especially think about what happens if my child gets sick while in another country. Well, here at Texas State, at least, we do have a student health center on our campus here in San Marcos and at the Round Rock campus as well, where you're able to meet with a full team of doctors and nurses if needed. We also have a student recreation center that has a full service gym that's free to you as a Texas State student. A lot of institutions do have these recreation centers, so that way you do have a place to go work out. There's dance classes, being outside, we have rock climbing. So it is a really great opportunity to stay active. And for those pursuing a sports degree, this is a facility that you would use quite often just because the classes and clinicals could be in this setting. And we also have a shuttle service. When going to a U.S. institution, it's very important to think about how will I get around the institution, right? At Texas State, we do have free shuttle services for our students that takes them anywhere on campus or within the community of San Marcos for free. So definitely look into that because every U.S. institution is different, and you want to be ensure that you do have appropriate transportation and can get around easier. These are just a few pictures of the housing that I wanted to show you. In the US, not every on-campus housing facility will look like this, but at Texas State, you can kind of see this as our theme of neutral colors and being outside. Like I said, there are 25 options, so I did not put them all on here, but you are able just to get a glimpse of where your living accommodation could look like. Now, when it comes to institution, every university in the US highly, more than likely, will have a career services office. Why do they have these offices? Well, we want you to be successful while you're at the institution, but also after you graduate. So what a career service office does is they offer all of these services to you for free. It could be reviewing your resume, so that way it's up to date, or maybe it's tailored to the job that you are applying for. We at Texas State have 15 plus in-person job fairs a year, which is where we invite all different kinds of companies to come to the university and find a student at Texas State to hopefully hire after they graduate. Keep in mind that not every university does that many career fairs, but there are career fairs that you'll have that opportunity. And these are some of the great places that our Texas State students have gone to work at, and there are a lot more, but just to name a few would be like Amazon, Tesla, and we have Salesforce. And just know with this career office, we're here to help you succeed. And so you're able to do practice interviews with us. They have a career closet where you can get a business outfit every year for free that you get to keep. So we do, and other institutions as well, want you to be successful. And we do our best to make sure that you hopefully get a job, whether it's on campus or off campus. Now, when it comes to academic opportunities, like I mentioned, we do have that English language program. It is available via Zoom. So if you're like, hey, Courtney, I can't come to the US to do the English, but I would love to do it from my home country. Wonderful. We have Zoom classes that are offered really early in the morning hour time to accommodate your evening, or we have one really late at night here in the US that would accommodate your morning. So those are also opportunities for you if that's something of interest. And I know this slide is a little blurry, but I just wanted to show you the 200 programs that we do have. We have 99 undergraduate or bachelor's programs, 91 master programs, and 20 PhDs. So just know that if you are wanting to pursue what I'm about to get into, the sports degrees, that you could do your whole time here at Texas State for the undergrad and master level. So why are sports degrees or related programs within sports important? Well, a lot of governments and federations, not only in the US, but throughout the world, are investing in these types of jobs. So for example, Olympic development, right? The Olympics just happened recently. And so they are really investing in the individuals who go and perform for the Olympics. And so that could be an opportunity for you to either work for those individuals who are training, or maybe even for a company that is helping assist those athletes in getting to that location. Youth sport activities. This is really big in the US, where a lot of our elementary or younger students in schools, they have to have sports. Maybe it's very similar in your countries as well, or fitness or activities, whether it's outside or in a gymnasium. So really investing in individuals to be able to ensure that students are staying healthy, they're staying active, but they're also learning about nutrition. Why do you stay healthy? Why are we having these classes? So really diving into youth sport activities. National fitness initiatives. A lot of countries are looking to enhance the health and well-being of their country. And so this could be an initiative of the government for, everyone to become fit, or at least have the services for you to have the option to become fit. And lastly, sport business to increase tourism. So this is a really big one in the US. We do have a lot of companies, and as you may have seen from TV, we have a lot of sports. So it's a really great way for tourism and visitors to be able to come, or even workers, right, to be able to travel for their profession. So one of the undergraduate degree programs that we do have 4, so I will go over all 4 today, and we have 5 masters. So for the Bachelor of Science in Exercise and Sports Science, it's a lot of science words, so sorry. The curriculum or the courses that you will study in this class or this program will be anatomy, so understanding the human body, biomechanics, exercise physiology, strength and conditioning, and injury prevention. Now, you're probably wondering, what could I do with a degree like this, right? Well, you could become a performance coach. So whether you're trying to help an athlete to become better, right, to push their performance, maybe it's an individual who wants to do weightlifting. We do have like CrossFit or different types of exercise groups or companies where you can go and perform. And so maybe someone within their personal life wants a performance coach to help them become the best that they can be. A fitness instructor. So usually these fitness instructors work for individuals personally, or maybe in a gym. An athletic trainer, which I'll get to in a little bit because this kind of encompasses a lot of working for athletic divisions. A physical therapist. Maybe you just want to be able to help students or people who get injured and help them recover, right? Maybe I break my leg and I need to help, or I need help learning how to walk, right? I would go to a physical therapist and they would help me build back my strength. So that could be something of interest. Or sports medicine. Now, there are a lot more programs or pathways or opportunities through this degree, but these are the top ones that typically our students will pursue once they graduate this degree. The great thing with this program is you also get to choose a concentration, which means while you're studying all of these courses under exercise and sports science, if there's something that really interests you, you can add a concentration, and that is what you'll study in addition to the exercise and sports science programs. So these concentrations are pre-rehabilitation sciences. So how to help individuals recover and rehabilitate themselves to get back to their original being. Kind of the example, like I said, if I hurt myself, sprained my ankle, I would go to you and you'd be able to help build back my strength, right? So I can get back into the community and be comfortable. Clinical exercise science, maybe you're wanting to work in a hospital and help patients recover, or a nursing home. This could be a great opportunity for that pathway. And all level physical education. So within our high schools, within colleges, we have physical education, kind of like I was saying, where we have those courses where students go, they learn about health, they learn about fitness. Same here at our university, where we have those same type of classes. And typically you have to have a physical education component. So maybe you have to do gymnastics, or maybe you need to go to the gym. So being an individual who could maybe teach that course, or maybe someone who is the one training the individuals while they are at the gym or that facility. Or you don't have to have a concentration at all. If you're like, hey, Courtney, a lot of this is what I already want to do. I just want to study exercise and sports science only. That's also perfectly fine. You do not have to choose a concentration if you do not want to. Something I did want to mention is maybe you've heard of the word STEM, or maybe not. It means science, technology, engineering, and math. So in the US, if you go abroad for a STEM designated program, sometimes you can get the opportunity to work in the US up to 3 years. I did want to mention that none of our programs within the sports related fields are STEM at this time. But the great thing with this program, this exercise and sports science degree, you can pursue a 2 and 3 degree option, which means whenever you get to your third year of your bachelor's degree, you can actually start right into the master's program your fourth year. Typically, students have to graduate the first 4 full years and then they start their master's program of 2 years. But in this circumstance, you're able to do your bachelor's degree in 3 years and do your master's in 2. So that is a really cool offering that this program goes right into the master's degree with Masters of Exercise and Sports Science. And lastly, with our degree programs, undergrad and grad, the departments do a really great job on making sure you have hands-on learning. That's a really big factor and key to ensuring that you're comfortable and successful with the degree that you're pursuing. So with this program specifically, it does require a health fitness management internship. So you will have academic advisors for every degree that will help you find an internship related to the course. So in this instance, for this program specifically, they want you to be able to have an internship that talks about health fitness management. So they'll help you get with a local business, maybe in Austin, to be able to fulfill this internship. It might be within the community, a local high school, maybe here at Texas State itself, working for an athletics department. So just know you won't be on your own trying to find this internship. You do have support. We also have a living learning community, which is interesting. This means that on our campus, like I was saying, there's different housing options, right? Well, for individuals studying this major or any sports related major, they have a living learning community where all of the individuals studying sports, or all of the students, are able to live in the same housing. So keep in mind it is an apartment, so you would have your own setup, but it's a really great way to be housed in a place where other students are studying the same degree as you. They'll have the same classes, they'll have the same internships. You'll probably see them on campus in a lot of your clubs and organizations. So if you're wanting to be a part of the community or get more connected, right, into with people that have the same program or desires for the future as you, this could be a really great opportunity to be able to live in a place where everyone is studying the same degree as you. That's pretty cool, in my opinion. And lastly, we do have student organizations. I always highly recommend students to be in a student organization. Number one, it helps you network, right? If you're with a lot of individuals who are going to get the same job as you, or they have the same career pathway that they want to do as you, it's a really great way to have those connections after you graduate college as well. Also within student organizations, they do a lot of maybe volunteer work or service within the community. So that could be really nice to add to your resume as well. Please excuse the 2 empty circles for the pictures that did not attach for this PowerPoint. But now we're going to go into the Health and Fitness Management Bachelor of Science program that we have. So this is a separate undergraduate degree altogether. So within this program specifically, you would be able to learn a little bit more of the business administrative side. So you would be studying health promotions, so how to promote health to individuals in the community. Maybe you're promoting about health wellness at schools, or even abroad. Maybe they're sending you abroad and you're having to go to conferences. Resistance training. So again, kind of helping individuals get stronger and recover. Nutrition. And again, economics, just because within this program, you might work for a hospital. And I put them right here. Here we go. Yeah, you might be working for a hospital on the administrative side. You might own your own fitness company or your own fitness brand and need to know, how do I promote that? How do I sell it to different types of people within the community? And so, yeah, you would take a lot more business courses within this field, but it also depends what is your future goal, right? Maybe you do want to be a salesperson for, I don't know, the NFL, right? We have the NFL company based in New York. So maybe you're like, I want to work for them and I want to sell what that company is. So really nice that this is more of the business side, depending on what you want to do. We also have concentrations, which are the exact same, if I go back, to exercise and sports science. So if you're wanting to study one of the options, like I mentioned in the previous slide, maybe you're interested in saying, hey, Courtney, I do like the administrative aspect of learning about health and fitness management, but I also might want to work in a clinic one day or a hospital and be able to help patients. Well, the great thing is you can add that concentration to your degree, which is wonderful. And this has the same opportunities because they do fall under the same department when it comes to student organizations, when it comes to living and learning community. And with this course, this internship requires a corporate fitness company. So since this program is more on the business side, the department would help you find a company within Austin, San Marcos, or San Antonio to make it easier for you as well, or here on campus, where you work for a company who advertises fitness. So maybe it's a nutrition company, right? You go to the stores and you see all of this sports medicine or these bands, right, to help you get fit. You could work for a company that is selling those products. And so that's a really great way to kind of think about now, right? Do I want to be more on that administrative side, or am I wanting to get more in depth of maybe being a fitness instructor myself? Now we're kind of going into a degree here that's not exactly sports related, but it could be, right? So this is the Bachelor of Science in Public Health. So this is our third out of fourth option here. So with the Bachelor of Public Health, this is honestly one of the fastest growing jobs in the US. Right now, Texas ranks fourth in public health job growth. So this is kind of something to keep in mind. If you're interested, it could be a really great opportunity for you to hopefully have a job after you graduate. But when it comes to this program specifically, you are learning more about disease prevention, environmental health. The great thing at Texas State is we actually have our own river that goes through the campus, which maybe you saw in my earlier picture of that river. And we do a lot of research there. So more than likely for this class, you would be utilizing research that from nature that we have here on campus, which is great. Health programming for the public and adult fitness. So you can kind of see there, this is more about health and well-being. So your careers could be working as a wellness program manager for wellness facilities, still being able to become a physical therapist, whether you're wanting to help athletes recover from injury, maybe you're wanting to help a high school for students who are injured, or even in the community for hospitals for those who want to recover. A health and wellness planner, we do have a lot of individuals who hire health and wellness planners just for their personal life. Like, am I eating the right things? Am I making the right food? Am I doing the right workout types for my body? So these are very interesting. As you can see, they could be sports related, but a little bit different based on what you want to do. But it is more about the environmental health aspect. The benefits of having this degree, though, outside of this being a very fast, demanding job in the US, is the internship is within public health and skills within the community. So again, the same thing where the academic advisor would help connect you for this internship. This is a more broader based degree. And what I mean by that is you can go into different types of jobs a little bit more easily with this type of degree, just because it is so broad when it comes to the curriculum, right? Like, you're learning about disease prevention. Now you're learning about adult fitness. Now you're learning about how do I market what health is to the public. So it is a very diverse background when it comes to the courses that you'll be learning. After completing this degree, the public health one, you can actually take a certificate exam to become a health certified coach, which is really cool. So if you're saying, hey, yeah, this could be of interest, but I still want to be with sports, well, great. Right after you graduate from this program, you can sit in at this exam on campus, become a health certified coach, and that could still allow you to work for fitness organizations, for you to be hired personally, maybe through athletes or through an organization. So again, very diverse and different opportunities here, but that is really nice that it does have that broad spectrum. And the last undergrad degree that we have at Texas State is the Bachelor of Science in Recreation Studies, which is another one like public health that can be sports related if you'd like it to be. So within the curriculum of what you'd be studying, outdoor recreation. So a lot of this has to do with maintaining parks in the community. You know, we have football fields, softball fields, soccer fields, having an individual that makes sure all of that is running smoothly when people are utilizing those facilities, making sure that the fields are maintaining, you know, they don't have holes in them, that they're proper for individuals needing to compete or practice. So having someone organize all of that, be able to run a sport facility yourself, which could be really nice and tie into that business background, like I was mentioning earlier. Sport development programming. So maybe if you're starting, maybe at Texas State, we've never had rugby, right? We do have rugby, by the way, but if we did not, you could learn how do I bring this sport and development here at Texas State, but also to be able to enhance it where individuals who are coming are going to be successful within that sport. Sport trends and issues. So if you wanted to become, like I said here, a sports journalist, you would learn about the trends that are happening not only in the US, but throughout the world, but also the issues that come with that. Like, how can we address these issues? How can we fix them or help them be less of issues, right? So this could be a really unique opportunity for those who are wanting to be within sports, but kind of be more on the management side. So maybe, like I said, you are a manager for a facility or manage a stadium. We have a lot of football stadiums, basketball stadiums. You could be the person being over all that to ensure that people are maintaining the facility correctly. Being a sports marketing manager for a company or for a team. A sports agent, maybe you're like, I want to help students come to the US and pursue sports. Or while I'm in the US, I want to help high school students go to college for sports. You could become your own sports agent. Or a sports journalist. Here in the US, we have a bunch of sports journalists, whether it's for American football, whether they're on TV, local TV, newspaper. So if that's something that interests you, that is also what you'd be studying in this type of degree. We also have concentrations, which are really nice, and they're different, as you can see from the other majors that I've talked about so far. So you could do a concentration in recreation and sports management, which again, you would be doing a major here. So whenever you graduate, it would show you have a Bachelor of Science in Recreation Studies, but that you've also studied within sports, which will help if you want to get into a sports field in the future. Or you can get a concentration in outdoor recreation if you love, again, maintaining facilities such as keeping the fields nice, making sure individuals are doing their jobs that they're supposed to, that are maintaining the stadium for visitors to have a really great experience. That could be an option for you. Or recreation therapy if you're like, maybe I want to help athletes recover, or I want to help, you know, a hospital be able to have those patients for recovery. Then you could do the recreation therapy as well. And this has hands-on learning. The good thing is everything for these programs have hands-on learning, and they have a required internship. So with the recreation studies, you actually can take a course abroad again. So I know you're probably thinking, well, Courtney, I'll already be in the US studying abroad. Well, if you wanted to, this program specifically offers a summer program where you get to go to another country, be able to take that class there for recreation studies, and it will transfer back to Texas State. So that's really cool to be able to do that during your summer, and you get course credit for it. This also has student organizations as well if you're wanting to get involved with students who are pursuing the same major. But again, it will have the same option where you can live with other individuals in your community. Now, I know that's a lot. That's only the bachelor degrees, right? But I want you to ensure that you understand what you'd be studying, what are your pathways. So now when you go into your master's degree, what direction do you go, right? Because with your master, that's really where you're going to dive in deeper into what your interest is, which could be the continuation of your future career. So we do have a Master of Athletic Training. This has no concentration available just because you are going to be focused in doing athletic training your whole 2 years for this program. But where can you work, right, once you get an athletic training degree? Well, you can work at a college or university. Like I said, we do have a lot of students that compete for the institution. So you would be able to be on the sidelines at a football game or a basketball game because they need those people there for if an athlete is injured, you go and just, evaluate them and make sure they're okay until the emergency responders arrive. Same with high schools. In the US, we have students that are playing football, playing volleyball, doing basketball games on the weekends or during the week, and they need an athletic trainer to make sure that they're okay, right? So the same concept just with younger individuals. Hospitals and physical clinics. So a little mixture of everywhere depending on what you want to do. The opportunities include small class learning. Once you get into a master's degree, your class size is a lot smaller, but it's really great because you get to, know your faculty member a lot better because you are with them for a lot of these classes that you would be studying. They help you with an internship or clinicals that you have to do. Clinicals mean that you have to get a certain amount of hands-on experience to be able to graduate from the program. So they might say, hey, Courtney, we need you for this semester or these 5 months to go work at a local high school, and you're going to be their athletic trainer, or you're going to job shadow an athletic trainer that's working there currently. So that way they can teach me their skills, right? So that way when I'm done with the semester, I feel a lot confident in one day becoming an athletic trainer myself. And so also being to network with the students in the same program, kind of like I was mentioning earlier, it's really great to make connections because if you are struggling in class, if you want their advice, like, hey, what tactic did you use that maybe I should do next time? It is good to have those opportunities. And you could work on campus. So international students are able to work on campus up to 20 hours a week. And so you could get a job with one of our athletics teams. We have students that get jobs working for helping manage, making sure the football game, everything is going smooth. They're on the sidelines, job shadowing other athletic trainers for what they do full time. So there is that opportunity as well if that's something that you would like to do during your time at an institution or at Texas State specifically. We have a Master of Exercise Science. So kind of like I said in this slide, the Bachelor of Exercise Science, this is where you can do that 3-year bachelor and then 2-year master program. So your career options, if you decided to do this master, would be becoming a sports coach yourself, a director of a fitness facility, or at Texas State, we do have our own recreation centers or directors of fitness just to make sure everything is running smoothly, rehabilitation specialist, or physical education teachers that we have here at the institution and in high schools as well. For concentrations, you can see, again, these are different, right? So depending on what you want to do, you don't have to have a concentration, but you can focus on health and rehabilitation, strength and conditioning, and sports coaching. Or if you just say, hey, I just want to do sports coaching, that's all I want to do, you can do that option as well. And recreation, so kind of going into that, it's within sports, but not directly related with sports. But if you want to do a master's of recreation, there are 2 different options you can do: recreation and sports management or recreation therapy. So your career options to kind of figure out what does this look like is if you decide to do the recreation and sports management, you could work for a city or state park within their recreation departments. You could work for a team or sports organization. We have intramural sports at our institution, so students who don't want to perform for the institution themselves but love basketball or love football, and so they're like, I still want to play. We have someone that oversees all of those teams, those club teams. So if that's something that you're passionate about, that could also be an opportunity. And going into recreation therapy, you could work for mental health facilities, veterans who maybe have fought in war and need help recovering, right, from the injuries they've sustained, a nursing care facility. This is actually the only recreation therapy program in all of Texas. So if this is something that you're passionate about and you're like, I want to be in Texas, well, this is the only one that is offered, and we would be more than happy to welcome you. This can be adapted to sports programs. But I did want to share that typically this program is to help those with disabilities to recover and get back to the closest that they can in their original state before they were impacted. So if that's a passion of yours, this could be a really, really great master's program for you. So that is a lot, right, regarding those 4 bachelor's and 5 master programs within sports. But when it comes to applying to an institution, well, especially with Texas State, if you're wanting to do a program, you're like, I heard what I needed to hear, that's what I want to do. For our undergraduate students, we only have 4 steps to apply. It's applying via the application, pay a $90 application fee, upload your high school transcripts, and then send in your proof of English. And that is all. Nothing else is needed. You don't have to pay a deposit. You don't have to get your transcripts evaluated and pay for that. You don't have to do any of that. Everything is done in-house at Texas State. And so after you submit all of those items, you would get a decision within 2 to 4 weeks. Whenever it comes to saying, okay, what GPA do I need to be able to be admitted to Texas State, right? Typically, what our admissions team is looking for is a 3.2 out of 4 points. So in the US, we have a 4-point scale in college. Now, if your GPA is lower than that, we will accept SATs. So if you do really, really well in the SAT, even if your GPA is a little bit lower, the admissions team will review your profile to see if you can still be admitted, which is wonderful. So definitely know there is opportunity depending on not only how you did in school, but maybe even your test scores. Because test scores are not required to be admitted, only if your GPA is below the 3.2. We also accept transfer students. So maybe you're studying sports in another country right now at a different university, and you're like, oh, I want to go to the US and do a sports program or continue my undergraduate degree. We would be happy to welcome you. The steps, those 4 steps I went over, are the same as for you, for transfer students. The only difference is we would need your bachelor's transcripts to see what GPA you've gotten in college so far. But other than that, we would evaluate your credits to see how much would transfer, and that way you can continue your studies at Texas State. I know I mentioned the English. I'm gonna skip these because I've already went over the English programs with you guys. But for the master's programs, there are about 5 different masters. So I know that's a lot to think about. But when it comes to the application process, students who are pursuing a master's program have a little bit more steps just because you're coming back for a more specific advanced degree, right? So what we would need from you is your application fee, your undergraduate transcript, since you have a bachelor's degree already, and we would need your proof of English as well, and recommendation letters. So it's not that bad, right? That's not too many documents, but definitely know there is a few more. We also require a 2.75 out of 4-point GPA to be admitted to the master's program. So definitely keep that in mind when it comes to reviewing what GPA you have so far. Not all of our programs require the GRE or GMAT. So depending on the program you select, you may not have to upload that proof of test. And that would be all you need. And you would receive an admission decision within 6 weeks for a master's program. We do waive the English for some countries, and I know there's a lot of countries represented here today. So I put this up just in case you want to take a look from wherever you are joining from to see if the English would be able to be waived for you. We also accept master transfer students. So if you're in a master's program abroad and want to transfer, same process where we need those same documents. The only difference is we need the transcripts that you're doing now in your master's program so we can make sure that those credits transfer to you to Texas State. And whenever you're admitted into a program, you will receive your immigration documents in 3 to 5 business days. So then you can go to your visa interview, and hopefully we'll be able to welcome you to Texas State in person that next semester. So another big question I get, because we are a public Division I large institution, is how much does it cost to go to Texas State? Well, for international students and students who are not from Texas, We pay the non-resident fee of 42,000 US dollars per year for tuition and fees, living on campus, food, everything included. Now, we have an amazing deal where if a student gets a scholarship with Texas State of just 1,000 US dollars or more, you get in state automatically. So instead of paying $42,000 for everything, you're paying $30,000 a year. So you can see right here in the tuition and fees, everything is cut in half. So if you're thinking, oh, like I have, I'm doing very well in school, or oh, I'm a good test taker, this could be an opportunity for you to see if you can get in state and be able to come here for your 4-year bachelor's, or the same for your master's degree. We have the same opportunity where if you get the $1,000 or more in scholarship, you get from the non-resident payment of the $16,000 for your tuition and fees to $9,000, which is still wonderful. So just know that's a really great opportunity for you. And then you can apply for more scholarships with Texas State. That would add on top of that and reduce your cost even more. So whenever you apply to Texas State, there is no application for the scholarships of merit and assured. That's automatic. Every student that applies is automatically reviewed for their transcripts, their test scores, and you would be notified 3 weeks after being admitted. Yes, you got a scholarship. Or if you did not, we have a website called BOSS, and it has so many scholarships in it from donors who loved Texas State and they made their own scholarship to get funding, or departments have their own funding for students who are admitted to their programs that you can go and apply for on your own. And however many of those you get, they all add up together and go towards tuition and fees. So just know there is opportunity. Like I said, international students are able to work up to 20 hours a week on campus only and 40 hours a week during the summer or breaks. So for example, our university has a spring break in March where the university is closed for 1 week. Students can work on campus up to 40 hours as long as their supervisor approves it. So a great way for you to be able to have extra funding for you to do stuff with the friends or to be able to help pay your tuition and fees. Now, I know that's a lot, and you probably have a lot of questions, or maybe you will later on, right? So I did put our international recruiter's email, Mr. Rahul Sampat, that you can see right here. If you want to send us an email and ask questions, or if you say, hey, I would like a personal meeting with you, we are really happy to do that. We also have a WhatsApp if you want to send us a quick question like, how much is it again? Or can you share the digital view book that we have for international students? Please do. We'd be more than happy to do that for you. If you have any other questions regarding sports programs within Texas State or in the community of Texas, please let us know. And that way we can help you decide what might be the best opportunity and route for you to reach your future goals. Thank you, Education USA, for allowing me to speak today. And I am more than happy to help in any capacity. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Courtney. It was really great. You actually covered all my questions that appeared during the presentation. And it was really wonderful because usually we get these questions about the financial aids, like scholarships, of course, and thank you for covering also curriculum that students will be able to know what they're going to study. Maybe you have already mentioned, but I missed this information. If you talk about these sports-related degrees and programs, does it require any prior experience in sport or athletics or something like that?
Yeah, that's a great question, especially for students who are coming from high school. You don't have to have any experience at all. When it comes to the master's program, for example, I'm trying to think of the best way to describe it. If I'm a business student, so if I did my undergraduate in business, and now for my master's, I decide I want to become an athletic trainer. They're definitely going to ask me, have you worked within a sports facility? Is that why you're changing? They want to understand why you're making such a big change, and they would require me to take additional classes before I could continue in the master's program. But if I did an undergraduate degree, for example, in exercise sports science, and I go and work for a little bit and I come back, or I just go from my undergrad straight to the master's degree, I don't have to have that extra experience because I've already studied what I would be continuing to study in the master's program. So that is a really great point that you bring up, because we do have a lot of people that graduate from undergrad. Of course, you go out in life and maybe that changes what you want to do. And so at Texas State and other US institutions, they're more than happy for you to join a different master's program. They would just require you to take extra courses before you could actually join the program to make sure you're caught up, since it's taught at a more intense level.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you so much. Thank you again for covering all the questions. And dear students and viewers, if you have any questions after the webinar, please reach out to us or directly to Courtney. She has left the contacts on the screen, so you can just scroll a bit and see all the information there. If you would like to join our next events, please register and we'll be glad to discuss you more opportunities. And thanks again, Courtney, for joining us today.
Of course. Hope you guys have a wonderful evening and a rest of your week, and look forward to talking to you guys soon.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.